Vantage Reading Paper Part 5. Overview, Tips and Techniques. So here is an overview of a Part 5 test. It's worth 12 marks in the exam, so it carries a lot of weight in the exam. This is available to download as a PDF, so please do this and have it in front of you. I will show it later on in the PowerPoint to give you a good overview. So in this part of the test, you're given one text of 150 to 200 words. There are 12 lines in the text with one extra unnecessary word in most lines. So here is an overview of the document that we saw earlier, or the PDF we saw earlier. So as you can see, you have to read the text below about training. In most of the lines, 34 to 45, there's one extra word. It is either grammatically incorrect or does not fit in the meaning of the text. Some lines are correct. I usually find in the exam, correct lines could be anything from 2 lines to 5 lines. Usually it's about 3 or 4. Okay, if a line is correct, write correct on your answer sheet. If there is an extra word in the line, write the extra word in capital letters on your answer sheet. Answer sheets we'll have a look at later. So 0 and 00 is always given as an example. So 0, it is wrong. Okay, that is an extra word. It doesn't fit in grammatically, and this is the grammar behind this is a relative clause. We'll be looking at relative clauses later and how to spot them in reading part 5. 00 is correct. There are no mistakes here grammatically. So the sentence is correct. So grammar skills you'll be needing for this part of the exam. There's quite a lot of them, and all of these grammar skills we'll go through one by one. So this is the only part of the reading exam that is grammar based. You find parts 1 to 4 are more vocabulary based, except for part 2, there is a bit of grammar, which we had already looked at. So you read the text sentence by sentence, not line by line. If you read it line by line, it is very difficult to spot the grammatical mistake. So please do it sentence by sentence. Look for those full stops. So by doing this, it gives you a better feel if there's a grammatical mistake. So the following are the grammar points you need to know in order to spot the wrong or the extra word. I have put a lot of these examples as a PDF on one page, so you have a summary of it before you go into the exam. So grammar skills and techniques needed for this part of the test, and this is what we're going to go through in little mini video tutorials after this one. So helping verbs in all tenses, that's your past tenses, past perfect, past simple, present perfect, present, and your future and future perfect. We'll look at the passive form. Passive form is used a lot with extra words in part 5. Pronouns we'll look at. We had a look at these in part 2, so we'll do a review of these in part 5. Articles, and the, these play a big part in part 5. Modal verbs we'll have a look at. Relative clauses, which were shown in the example, we'll have a look at this as well. Conditionals. Short adverbs, a lot of short adverbs appear in part 5. Prepositions, and we looked at prepositions in part 4, and I showed you prepositional collocations. These can be useful as well for part 5. Phrasal verbs, sometimes there's 1 or 2 phrasal verbs, so again, we'll have a look at this in detail. And then idioms and expressions, which we also did in reading part 4. These occasionally do pop up in part 5 as well.